Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself.
I'll be accused of bias here, but I can't overlook the great professional that is Javier Zanetti.
What's that bias, Jim? He just has the lot. He has such class, doesn't he?
That's it, an oozer of class and an example to all aspiring footballers.
If you're just joining us, we are already on the way.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation or so ago, Peter, and it does allow the fullbacks to play a key role in attack.
Yeah, they offer most of the width, don't they?
Exactly. You want them to be high up the pitch so they can get themselves into the final third whenever possible. This will, of course, ask an awful lot of the centre halves and the central midfielders, who need to drop into position and cover the spaces.
Neymar, he's looking wide. Rashford. Joelinton. Robertson. And this is Neymar. He has found the way through. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Fair to say, I think, a cautious start from both teams. And it's Zanetti. Pass is just off target. Out of play for a goal kick. Irwin. For Joelinton, over to the left. Rashford has it in a wide position. Joelinton, and he's gone backward here. Rijkaard. Now it's Neymar. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
De Bruyne.
Yeah, I've had a quick review of what we've seen so far, and I can confirm we're in a shot-free zone.
Has a look up and drives it forward. Sends it crossfield. And it's Rashford. De Bruyne. Searching pass he's played there. And that's not going to reach. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Great vision. He's had a shot! It's in! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Palmeiras have fired themselves in front.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. He's got away. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Played out to the left flank. Now it's Rashford. Rijkaard. And it's made its way to him. 15 minutes till half-time. Joelinton really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Raul Neves. Robertson did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. De Bruyne. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Neymar. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And that could set him on his way. And he's on his way! Aim forwards. Played towards the other side. It's a pretty loose pass. João Neves. Rijkaard. And it's Joelinton. And we hit half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Palmeiras trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game, because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass. And it's Messi. Now, can they get him away? And he's picked it up out wide. He's picked his way through. De Bruyne crosses. That's really well cleared.
Is that the first time we've seen them try that? It's definitely given the opposition a little more to think about.
Costa Curta. Now by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. Couldn't squeeze it through. Joelinton being hunted in tacks.
Well, they've got to deny him time and space, and that's one way of ensuring it.
Robertson is one whose deliveries we all know about. Rummenigge. Owen. And here's the chance to counter. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Messi. So we've reached the hour mark. He's had it taken off him. Mendes got a long way forward to join the attack. No, it's come to nothing. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, considering they're only one down, they're close.
And Owen! That has been slung wide. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Rijkaard. Beckenbauer. Nice sequence of passes, this. Rodri does really well to win the ball there. Can he get on the end of this? Out to the left it goes. Aimed beyond the defence. Crosses it, he rises!
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
Zanetti calmly anticipates. Tries to dink it through. Oh, the touch is just too thick. Could really have done without that.
Pity that, because it had a decent chance of progressing.
Palmeiras can now introduce the first of their substitutes. Messi, who's set up one goal so far. Looking to play him in. Shot could be on. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal. Oh, super ball. Palmeiras clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He's on it, can he get away? Out to the right. Now it's Neymar. It is looking like the end. If anything's going to happen, it's got to happen now.
Well, it's looking like too little too late, but they are giving it all they have.
Foden will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And it's Mendes. Now that looks a decent ball. Mbappe! So here comes the substitution.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the effort he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Sai para a entrada do jogador, camisa 8. Teremos uma substituição.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Now he's got space here. He's in plenty of space here.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Foden. This might spell danger, and the shots! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. Robertson.
Foram indicados 2 minutos de
Time added on will be 2 minutes. That's Park Ji-sung. Adams. Baresi. Robertson. Rummenigge. And that has been cleared. And that is that. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort, at times effervescence, but just one goal to show for all of that. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. If you're just joining us, we are already underway.
Frank Rijkaard can really make his presence felt. A superb defender who became an iconic midfield anchorman.
And what's more, a remarkably good strike rate, actually.
Very true, just another level of his expertise, Peter, but his reading of the game, for me, is masterful.
And this is Pele. Pele with the cross. He gets big. Oh, it's hit the post. Robertson gets a foot in here. Linton. Elise. It's a pretty loose pass. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a...
Can he finish? It's loose now and they want to get it back. Looks to the other side.
Well spotted.
Neymar. Oh, good spread. And here's Elise. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, played through for the wide man. Mohamed Salah gets into some space. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Spread it left. And it's Neymar. He's on it, can he get away? No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Serginho. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Tries to play it through. Swept in. That's going to go a long way. Nice bit of trickery. And this is Neymar. So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. And it's Rashford. Joelinton.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Neymar producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Baresi. Robertson. Rummenigge. Xabi Alonso, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Looking for the run. Neymar providing an outlet on that flank. He's in a great... And the finish! Goal! Israel! And Israel score first. A finish of great intelligence. He just understood and he executed so smoothly.
Speed of thought, speed of action. That's another really clever finish.
Israel have penetrated for the first time.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Look at the space here. Oh, that's a fine challenge. Joelinton.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Pelé gets through on his own. All eyes on the referee. It's a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
I just think the keeper committed himself too early.
Israel are doing very nicely, thank you.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Neymar is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Xabi Alonso. Looking for options for movement. Nice interception, well timed. Baresi.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
For Rashford. And he's gone searching crossfield. Now it's Elise. And it's Joelinton. And it's half-time here. And the second half gets underway. A
think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Rummenigge. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Neymar. Mohamed Salah. Robertson did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Can he get it through? That ball looks a good one. He's picked his way through. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And it's Neymar. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Mohamed Salah has found the net here, of course. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Linton under intense pressure.
Well, he's been dropping into space and spraying balls all over the pitch, so enough seems enough now.
And here's Neymar.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Serginho will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Chooses to go crossfield. Now it's Rashford. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Rijkaard. Linton. Oh, cracking ball. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. There's the shot! I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Somewhat off target. Linton. And it's Serginho. That is good strength. Serginho driving forwards. Beckenbauer did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Neymar. Oh, that's a dangerous ball. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Howson is the team's great visionary. Serginho. Linton. Irwin. Baresi. And Robertson. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Serginho goes on a run down the left wing. And he's managed to get rid. Irwin. Olise. Out of play for a throw. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Rijkaard. And it's Rijkaard. Neymar. Now it's Mohamed Salah, and he's being shifted off it.
Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do is to give the crowd something to cheer about, but that might be difficult from here.
And it's Neymar. Zanetti, a man never lacking in drive or determination. Mohamed Salah going face-to-face with his great rival. Israel clearly now in lead preservation mode. Serginho. Olise. And it's Neymar. And that has put paid to that. Out to the left it goes.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
He has found the way through. And that's an excellent interception.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Rummenigge is onto this. Neymar, who does have an assist to his name. And time is up. A performance of perspiration, work rate, grit, and those are... The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup, because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front-footed approach.
It is, and with the front three, especially the wide men running at and beyond the defence, there's going to be...
Up he goes! Didn't quite get enough on that.
Well, this is simple. The supply is to be admired. The defending is to be admonished.
Rashford. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. That's going right the way across. Now it's Olise. Neither of these two want to come off second best.
Yet another interesting duel, this.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, there are keepers, Peter, great keepers, and there's this man, Manuel Neuer. One of the few who can claim to have pretty much revolutionised his position, following in the steps of the great Kaiser, who some have said is the only sweeper that was better than him.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. Rijkaard tries to thread one through.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
And there's his chance to lead the counter. Still goalless at the moment. Now it's Neymar. Now it's Rashford. Rashford going face-to-face with his great rival. Joelinton. Chance for a shot! They want to be quick to recover this. And the shot! He's delivered all right! He made it happen. Squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Robertson is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Chooses to go cross-field.
Good ball, that too.
Elise will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Palmeiras really have found that they're getting more space out wide, and I can see now there's a lot of activity developing in that area, Peter.
Yeah, it's busy in there, isn't it?
Yeah, the wide players are doing their stuff and are grabbing the attention right now.
And it's Neymar. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. And he welcomes it in. Great chance! It's a goal! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down, but they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Rashford is, of course, well known for his dancing feet. It's a loose ball. Pedri going face-to-face with his great rival. Ronaldinho plays it short. Levin, real chance! And now a sudden chance to counter. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Neymar. Rummenigge finds himself offside. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And it's Neymar. Joelinton. Van Dijk gets it clear. And he's there to retrieve it. Back towards the middle. Palmeiras have reclaimed it. Ronaldinho providing an outlet on that flank. Now it's Elise. And here's Neymar. And here's Elise. Played back. Rijkaard. Is there any support? He takes a shot! Crossbar comes to the rescue. Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Oh, maybe it was one of those moments when he just caught it too well.
Foram indicados 2 minutos de acréscimo.
Hakimi. And Jamal. Looking for the run. Baresi goes sliding in. And the whistle goes for half-time. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
A half of massive entertainment and excitement. A 2-goal margin, yes, but all things still possible. That gets things going for the second half. Rummenigge. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Pedri. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Rashford. Neymar. Can he get it through? Shot, surely! And it's slung out wide. Hakimi. Dani Olmo. Neither of these two want to come off second best.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Defending of the desperate variety. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Robertson defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Dani Olmo. Can he get on the end of this? Cross from Hakimi. And the finish! Not the most convincing of passes. Nicely weighted ball. Tries a shot! They've done it! Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs, and when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
We have got ourselves a game here.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play, because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
That's tidy. Rashford will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Rummenigge ploughing through the middle. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Cross to the back post, he's got full! Cleared without complication.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Olise. Now it's Neymar. Dani Olmo can see things others simply cannot. Ronaldinho going face-to-face with his great rival. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Rashford receives it in a wide position. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Joelinton! He should have put that one away.
And that reaction says it all. They had a real chance to tighten the screw there, and it's been blown.
Camisa 20, camisa 22. Deixando o campo para a entrada dele.
Nuno Mendes.
Camisa 23.
Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. And he's going to have his name taken. Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Substituição em andamento.
And it's Mendes. Knocks it into space. An instinctive delivery. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. Ronaldinho with the short one.
Substituição no time do Palmeiras.
Palmeiras making another change here. Sane getting the call here in what can be interpreted as a clear show of intent.
Well, it's going to make for a frantic end, Peter. Let's hope he's got enough time to make the impact he wants.
Beckenbauer. There's the crossfield ball. Now it's Park Ji-sung. Now it's Dani Olmo.
Oh,
Oh, good spread.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Now it's Lewandowski. Now, can they get him away? And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. That ball looks a good one. He's got away. And the ball's gone astray.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Well, the less said about that pass, the better. Rijkaard. Nuno Mendes. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one.
Foram indicados 4 minutos de acréscimo.
No outsmarting him this time. Park Ji-sung. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. It's not an especially good pass, that. And time is up. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. Shaw Linton voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the people of Buenos Aires do their football like no other people. So different to anything else you will see anywhere else. There really is no imitating this. There is certainly no improving upon it. And already we're underway here. Oh, that's neat. And this is Neymar. Now it's Rashford. Lovely bit of skill. And it's made it. He's had a shot! That's another chance! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Neither of these two want to come off second best.
It's rare for me to look at a fullback as a potential match winner, Peter, but with Roberto Carlos, I can make an exception.
Defender, it's great chance! And he's really put himself on the line here. And we have our very first corner. They've played it short. Showing good feet. Now there's a fight. And he shoots! And it's a goal!
Convertido en el minuto 12. Número 24.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Baresi. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Rummenigge. Roberto Carlos promptly onto that, and that is that. First quarter of an hour gone. Dani Olmo will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Bernardo's, and a shot! They've done it! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
Convertido en el minuto 17.
Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass, and that pretty much did it.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited for me. Now they
Goes for a shot! Good strike, quite an alarm. Corner number 2 then. Irwin plays it short. Robertson is onto this. Oh, nice touch. And now a sudden chance to counter. Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Dani Olmo going face-to-face with his great rival. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. And it's Olmo. Now that looks a decent shoot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Batistuta actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Bernardo Silva!
He almost caught everyone out there the way he just eked out the room to get the shot in.
Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Olise, approaching the half-hour mark. Good ball, good take. Looking to play him in. I think that's a corner. Yes, it is. Corner number 3 coming up. Irwin goes short. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Cruyff. Oh, that's clever. Khan gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. And that's going right the way across, and it's Rashford. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Oh, that's a key interception. Dani Olmo can see things others simply cannot. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
McAllister. Cruyff. That has been cut short. Robertson. Shawlinton. Baresi. Oh, there's a probing ball. Stood up well to him there. Oh, it's Batistuta. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Shot at goal! And it's hoisted clear.
Se van a jugar 2 minutos de compensación.
Alexander-Arnold. And it's Olmo. Cruyff. Aims beyond the defence. Shawlinton. And there is the half-time whistle. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. That's a really interesting game, and they head in at half-time at 1-1.
Los jugadores ya están entrando al campo de juego.
There's the whistle then to start the second half.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Can he finish? Well, now it's a race. Oh, it's fallen loose again! Olise is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Threads one in. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Baresi. Neymar. Rummenigge. Rashford receives it in a wide position. Ball played for Rijkaard. Beckenbauer. And that's a good ball.
That was lovely, that.
Batistuta.
They want to be quick here, it's breakaway time.
Just eases him off the ball. And it's Roberto Carlos. Irwin puts his foot on the gas. Olise. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Ah, such a clever touch. Gabriel did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And it's
La cantidad
Bernardo
de
Silva.
espectadores de este partido
Oh, now here's an
fue de
interesting matchup.
45.996.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Roberto Carlos. Linton. Pinches it off him. Now it's McAllister. Oh, he's found support out wide. It's a promising position. Chance! Robertson tidy with his distribution.
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
This looks promising. Neymar going face-to-face with his great rival. McAllister producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. And here's Cruyff. Dani Olmo will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Pass somewhat off target. Batistuta, and he's picked it up out wide. Well, that is one way to stop him. Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Now, what about a counter-attack? Rummenigge, over to the left. Neither of these two want to come off second best. He has found the way through. Tries a shot! It's in! And again they hit the front. Oh, high-quality goal. Lovely first touch. Sumptuous second.
Oh, what a touch. I mean, how good was that? Poetry in motion.
Número 24.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
And he's being shifted off it.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Not the most accurate pass. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
No, that's been intercepted. Rashford picks it up out wide. Now it's Neymar. He has a look up, takes a shot! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. And the counter is on. A noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Well, to be fair to that defence, it's nigh on impossible to cater for...
There's the shot! He's got a goal! There is a man right at the top of his game, and he just knows it! And that was as close to certain as can be.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
Well, he's been on a crusade, and his first goal seemed to just whet the appetite.
Hay un cambio en el campo de juego. Número 9.
Time for a change in
Número
personnel.
21.
So the lead
20.
now is 2.
Número 13.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every
Número
department.
19.
He's found a
Número
way
10.
through.
Número
Now then, the ball's
23.
come loose.
Número 27.
Dani Olmo. Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it.
Se va a realizar un cambio.
Gabriel. Hazard. Tries to dink. He gets big! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
It was such a clever idea to lift it into his path.
Cambio.
So there's going to be another change here.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's...
He's given it away! It'll be a throw-in. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. Added time going up here, it's 3 minutes. Bernardo Silva. Kaka. Lovely pass, but can he get there? McAllister. That's that, the end. Well, don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Victory never in doubt in the mind of the mastermind in all of this. A solid win, which will be welcomed all round. Rummenigge reflecting on a stellar performance and now taking home a permanent reminder. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. We have already started here. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk. He's just about unbeatable in every department, Peter. He's strong, he's quick, he's totally dominant in the air, and what's more, he seems to really love a tussle. His passing's good too, and he never seems to lose it in important areas. I'd expect this team to notch up a lot of clean sheets with him on board.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. There's the crossfield ball. Now it's Rashford. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. He's had a shot!
Well, Lisa really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Now it's Batistuta. Roberto Carlos. Plays a sharp little ball here. Roberto Carlos gets into a good position. Has a look up and drives it forward. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Now it's Neymar, spread it left. And this is Neymar. Joelinton is onto this. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And this is Roberto Baggio. Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Irwin. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Olise. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. And that's been intercepted. Vitinha. Linton. He's looking wide. And that pass just didn't quite work. Vitinha. And it's Batistuta. And it's Roberto. Rummenigge. Oh, they can break here. And this is Neymar. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Vitinha. Roberto. That's a good ball out wide. Robertson with a definite foul there. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. And it's Roberto. Caresses it through, and this is Batistuta, brilliantly cut out. Not the most convincing of passes. Irwin plays it long, and they've switched it over to the other side.
Good ball, that too.
Neymar going face to face with his great rival. Rummenigge! Van Bouten tries to clear, just eases him off the ball. Irwin for Olise. Olise will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Roberto. Now it's Neymar. Now that looks a decent ball. Rummenigge gets into some space. Rashford with, oh, smashing header! He's done very well to get to that.
Neymar clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And we have our very first corner. They've played it short. Neymar. That's very neat. He's played it back.
That's good pressure. It gave him no other choice.
Oh, that's nice. And it's Rashford. And it's made its way to him. And he's got the beating of his man. He's having a shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Rummenigge actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
It's their second corner of the game. Irwin plays it short. Liverpool have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Batistuta. Vitinha. Roberto Carlos is one whose deliveries we all know about. Oh, good read. And we hit half-time. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. The midway point of the game.
What an end to the half, Peter. A lot of the best action of the half coming at the very end, and I get the feeling the second half may well start in similar fashion, as we'd love to see this momentum maintained, so I'm looking forward to what's to come.
No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. And the game has already resumed. And the shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
And now they can spring out of defence. And he shoots!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Great defending, strong and determined. Linton. That has been slung wide. And it's Rashford. Rijkaard. Rivaldo, a player who needs no introduction. Taken back almost at once. Great skill, that's nice. Up towards the hour mark and still no goals. And it's Zé Roberto. Zé Roberto cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like what it
shoots! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, he's been caught napping. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Olise, not one to pass up the chance to run up the defence. He loves those duels.
Well, you can't grumble when a player at least tries to make something happen.
He's tried one! Lacking in accuracy.
Well, that always looked a little ambitious for me, but still, at least he had the confidence to take it on.
Rivaldo. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. It is still anyone's game, 0-0. And here's Rashford. Neither of these two want to come off second best. That is lovely. Linton. And this is Neymar. Rivaldo. Rivaldo has given away a free kick. And it's Linton. This looks promising. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Linton. Now it's Roberto Baggio. Played out towards the right wing. Looking for options for movement. Robertson tries to play it through. Now it's Rashford. Now it's Neymar. Rummenigge touches it back. Over to the left. He's on it. Can he get away? He's in a great position here. Big chance! They've scored! Finally the breakthrough.
There was this feeling that the game was petering out, but credit for never losing their focus despite things not going as planned. Now comes the question, will they stick or twist?
Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
So the first moment of real significance.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Oh, that's a vigorous challenge.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Chooses to go crossfield. Now it's Rashford. 1-0 as we head towards the end. Good ball, good take. Joe Linton was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Baggio going face-to-face with his great rival. Roberto Baggio. It's Baggio! Baggio! What a goal! A finish right from the top draw. They have stolen level at the last. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish. All square again into the dying minutes.
It just goes to show you what determination can achieve. OK, there isn't much time left, but if we have to find a winner now, there's no question who I'll be backing. They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Now it's Olise.
Ci saranno 3 minuti di recupero.
And they can counter here. Rijkaard does well to get it back. And the referee's looking at his watch. We could be done here. There's a no-nonsense tackle. Rivaldo. And it's Cancelo. And it's Snyder. That is ended up in no man's land. And that will be the final act. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get and hope for better. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. So the orchestra tunes, the patrons take their seats, the curtain is about to rise at the Theatre of Dreams once more. So we're up and running. Robertson reaching his double century today, well on his way to becoming a part of the furniture in this part of the footballing world.
Yeah, and he looks like he's raring to go here too, Peter. You can really tell how eager he is to leave his mark on this game. And when he's in that sort of a mood, he usually gets what he wants.
Now it's Mbappe.
Oh, really well played.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. He can run onto that. And the flag has stayed down. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And that's put paid to a promising move. Can he latch on to this? Rashford. Oh, sweet feet. And he's been shifted off it. Robertson. Passing is crisp and sharp. Oh, such a clever touch. Cannavaro defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Tries to play it through, and that pass just didn't quite work. Nothing significant to report up to this point, but we are still very early in the game. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Oh, strongly challenged there. Well, that looks a decent ball. Alexander-Arnold. Now he's off and running.
Well, caution is dominating proceedings. This isn't meeting expectations.
Beckenbauer. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Rashford, he has found the way through. Brilliantly cut out. Malaga deciding to turn to the long ball now, that is pretty evident.
Yeah, it is clear that they've decided to take a more direct route to goal now, but, you know, they can't just continue doing this and make it predictable. And importantly, they've got to look to win the second ball. If they do that, they should get right up the pitch.
Yeah, they really should. Linton driving on and making good progress. And it's Rashford. Rashford will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. He could be in here. He's had a shot! Oh, wonderful effort, all by himself.
Well, that was certainly impressive, Peter. Great run, just a shame the finish let him down.
And we have our very first corner. Irwin goes short. Shot could be on. Knocks it out wide. Played in by... Up he goes! Goal! The breakthrough strike! It was wonderfully efficient.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Number 24, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge.
So the first moment of real significance.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Alexander-Arnold is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Linton. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Well, this looks promising in terms of distance and angle. An opportunity then to pull clear here. Olise! And that's caused a worry or two.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Now it's Mbappe. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Mbappe knocks it into space. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
A heavy challenge. And it's Neymar. Baresi. Beckenbauer. Plays a sharp little ball here. Lee Kang-in can so cleverly bypass the press.
1 minute added time.
Opts for safety. Baresi. Neymar. And it's Linton. That's a good ball. Oh, shooting chance! He scores! crossing. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
And the half-time whistle goes. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
It has been a remarkable contest, decorated by goals, and two between them at half-time.
Welcome to the field, our players.
Here we go again then. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to save from up here, I know. Beckenbauer gets over and intercepts. Olise. That's Lee Kang-in. Looking to play him in. Delivers the ball. It's a goal kick. Rashford is a player who's always giving defenders headaches. Now it's Olise. Well, he's looking at the referee, and the referee is shaking his head. Kukçu. Lee Kang-in. Driving through the middle. And this is Neymar, out to the right. Olise receives it in a wide position. He's found a way through. And this is chance! Yes! And they are pulling clear here. You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that. But you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
That dugout has had some relief at least, but now the harder work starts. They've got to push for more.
Olise gets into a good position. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Lovely pass, but can he get... And the shot! It's anyone's ball now. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. It had to be.
Well, I think that move petered out due to a lack of urgency. There was no cutting edge.
Turns back here, probably the best option. Oh, good spread. Irwin. Beckenbauer. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Great vision. Raul. Nice interception, well timed. And here's Raul. And it's Kukçu. Skims one in. Now it's Cook. There's the shot! Irwin. Linton. That's a good ball out wide. Rummenigge under intense pressure.
Well, to be fair to that defence, it's nigh on impossible to cater for such astute movement, but at least, eventually, they've made the right call.
Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Played out wide. Linton. Lee Kang-in. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. And it's Neymar. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's Mbappe. That looks a good ball through. Well read, and the danger is averted.
Substitution in progress.
Malaga can now introduce the first of their substitutes. Climbs up big! No, he didn't quite meet it right.
Well, just too much pressure on him in the end, Peter.
Irwin, who does have an assist to his name. Now it's Rashford. Aims beyond the defence.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Over to the left. Rijkaard promptly onto that, and that is that. Played into space. It's a promising position. Fires it in low. Can he get on the end of this? Now, what about a counter-attack? No, that's been intercepted. Cannavaro. And it's Rijkaard. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Looking for options for movement. And this is Okazaki. And the finish! It's there! It could be a lifeline! 2 more needed! How very smart. He just got it. And that is as far as it goes. Well, don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Victory never in doubt in the mind of the mastermind in all of this. A solid win, which will be welcomed all round. Rummenigge taking in the accolades, having been named man. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. And already we're underway here. It does seem to be a 4-3-3, Jim.
Well, one of the attacking advantages in this setup, Peter, is the impact that can be made between full...
Rummenigge! What a wonderful goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Played out towards the right wing. Messi in acres of space out. Header! Oh, the ball's run loose here. And he thumps it clear.
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
Neymar. Oh, good spread. Neymar. And it's Joelinton. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Rashford. And he's made sure that's not getting through. De Bruyne. Now it's Messi. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Nicely weighted ball. Thinks about the shot. Hazard! It's in! They're level in a trice!
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Cafu gets into a good position. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. That has not gone well. De Bruyne. Baresi. For Joelinton. Rijkaard. Distributed tidily. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Olise stood his ground strongly. Davids did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. He is just caressing the ball. Now who's going to be first to this? De Bruyne plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. And it's Messi. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Rashford. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. And reclaimed it in a trice.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Joelinton. Neymar. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. McAllister. Davids. Oh, that's a key interception. Olise. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Irwin. Baresi. And it's Neymar. That's a sharp pass.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Robertson concedes a free kick for that. Cafu. Crosses it in. Cleared away. And he's hit it long. Neymar is always playing with one eye on the spectacular. Oh, nice touch. Well seen. Saw that coming.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
That's a corner kick. That's a decent clearance. Thuram kept his eye on it, and he's there. And that'll be the final action of the first half. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half. There's the whistle then to start the second half. Turns back here, probably the best option. Can he get on the end of this? Rashford is in a really good position out wide. Messi. De Bruyne. Now he's got space here. Great ball if he can get there. Tries a shot! Oh, it's come off the upright. Nicely spread. And he goes cross-field.
Good switch, that.
Linton. And it's Neymar. No, it's come to nothing. Oh, this looks sharp. Just eases him off the ball. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. And he has shown him a yellow card. Well, the players are flocking round their fallen colleague, and they look worried.
Yeah, they look as if they're intent, Peter, on stopping him outside the laws of the game, so the referee is going to have to be very alert here.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Neymar. Strong running down that left flank. Sends it crossfield. Now it's Olise. Rummenigge. Oh, shooting chance! And it's been taken short. He's had a shot! And he's heaved it away. He's missed, but not by that far. This is their second corner of the game. They've played it short. And he's in on goal. That's good play. That's good defending, very good defending. Costa Curta did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Looking for the run, and a shot! McAllister, now De Bruyne.
They want to be quick here, it's breakaway time.
Takes on his marker. Rummenigge. Nesta wins the duel this time. Beckenbauer. Baresi. Neymar. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup for Messi. And it's Neymar. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Davids deals with that comfortably. Thuram. And the counter is on. Now, can they get him away? And he's on a charge. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Rashford going full tilt down the left.
Yet another interesting duel, this.
And he's been shifted off it.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Linton. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
It's a good foot in there. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Messi. Muscular approach does pay off here. Played through into space. Rashford picks it up out wide.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Cafu.
Se agregará un minuto al tiempo
Stood up well to him
reglamentario.
there. Rijkaard. Rashford providing an outlet on that flank. De Bruyne. So that's it. It is all over. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end. Not for the want of desire, drive or determination. No complaints. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points, and it ended with the right result, in my opinion.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.
Se solicita la presencia del padre de un niño con gorra azul en el centro de información.
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. The action has already started.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you can expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements. Overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right, and this can be a very effective system.
A tried and tested formula.
And
Shot, surely! Oh no, a quite unbelievable miss.
incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
Well, there is the unmistakable figure of Diego Forlan. The Uruguayan certainly left his mark on the game with some terrific moments.
Yeah, I remember the early noughties, Peter, and that version of Forlan, who was a scorer of memorable goals, although he wasn't at his most prolific.
Absolutely not, though his spectacular late match winner from the game in early November 2002 always springs to mind, struck as it was from a full 25 yards out.
Yeah, in a game he was also forced to play without a shirt as he couldn't get it back from the crowd, having thrown it into the stands.
That was the one.
Yeah.
That was the one. Neymar. And it's Neymar. That has been slung wide. He's got away. Rashford crosses. Played out to the right.
This is the time you need that pace.
Lahm is one whose deliveries we all know about. He's picked his way through. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Rummenigge puts his foot on the gas. Vinicius Junior. So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. The ball has bounced loose now. It's Forlan! Joelinton. Rummenigge. Spread out to the left. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Ruben Dias. Manchester United upping the intensity here, having lost possession.
Yeah, it's actually very good pressing. They want it back as quickly as they can get it, and they're hunting in packs to do just that.
Good to watch.
It really is. It's rugged and robust, but it still needs plenty of intelligence and teamwork.
Neymar. Shifted it to the flank. Ruben Dias did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Joelinton. Beckenbauer. Half an hour played now. Beckenbauer. And it's Rijkaard. And it's Neymar. Rummenigge is onto this. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Joelinton was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Vinicius Junior going face-to-face with his great rival. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Olise. That ball looks a good one. Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. And that has been cut short. Out to the left it goes. Now it's Neymar. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Neymar powering forward here. It's a really well-measured ball. swept in.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Can he get on the end of this? And the counter is on. It's a promising position. Very nicely done. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And the referee brings the first half to a close. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. And we're off again.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
He's found a way through. That's tidy. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
Forlan really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Now it's Olise. And that's going right the way across. Oh, that's well spotted. Mbappe. And it's Lam. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Still absolutely nothing to report here, goals-wise. Threads one in. Oh, Red, nice interception. Serginho. Manchester United looking to pass their way through. And here's Neymar. Can he get it through? Linton. Neymar. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Lam did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Yeah, I think it's a scoreline in keeping with what we've seen up to this point. Combined attempts at goal aren't high in numbers, and we could do with something to spark this contest into life.
Rijkaard gets his final warning.
I don't think you need to be an expert lip reader to know what's being said here.
Whistle's gone, that's foul. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is.
Well, he was the one player you had to keep away from the area. Not the best way to do it, though. Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
That has earned a reprieve for the time being. That's a delicate... climbs up big! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
It was such a clever idea to lift it into his path.
Robertson. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Khan gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Rijkaard. Shifted it to the flank. It's good pressure, good intensity.
Yeah, he's had so much room to operate in. He's been running the show, but maybe the curtain's about to come down on him.
Now that looks a decent ball. And it's Serginho. He's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Driving forward. And he passes it long. Look at the space. Fallen! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Manchester United. Number
So
7,
now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting.
Number 24, Vinicius Junior. Number 20,
This is Hazard. Header comes in!
Number 8,
Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Costa Curtin is offering a right smile there.
Number 14,
Chooses to
Messi.
go cross-field. Rashford is a player who's always giving defenders headaches. Nice bit of trickery. That looks a shooting chance! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Hazard clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
That should get the job done.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Had a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. Neymar looking for the run. Now this could be a chance. Great chance! Well, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
He's never the type to turn down a challenge, is he? Well, in my opinion, set pieces are 50-50 moments, and this is a rather big one, and it all depends on the service.
Whistle's gone, and they've got themselves a free kick. There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. I think we've got just about enough time for this free kick.
I think it looks as if they're going to try and whip this one in with pace.
2 minutes to be added on. De Bruyne. Oh, some tackle that. And he cuts out the supply. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. So a tough one to gauge. Defensive dominance combined with wastefulness in attack. And the outcome... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. And already we're underway here.
Peter, it's not often I'll focus on the influence of a goalkeeper, but Vitor Baia is an exception I'm happy to make.
And a shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
He gets big! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. And he's gone searching crossfield. And here's Neymar. Neymar pulled. He's going for goal! And that's off target.
Well, at least that improves their tally when it comes to shots on goal, but they have to start doing a lot better.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Stood up well to him there. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Chance for a shot! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get the reward if they can stick at this.
This looks promising. McAllister tries a measured ball. Beckenbauer deals with that comfortably. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. And it's Neymar. Spread out to the left. Neymar goes on a charge down the left. Serginho. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. McAllister is always looking to break lines. Good running, strong and purposeful, skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. It's a promising position. Xabi Alonso gets across and deals with it. It may be goalless, but it is not without interest.
Yeah, the tempo is strong and the game has flair and lots of potential for me.
Spread it left. Oh, he's found support out wide. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Well, that pass isn't the best.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Can he get it through? And that's a simple one for the keeper.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
It's a threatening ball. Great chance! Goal!
Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
Assegnato al 31esimo minuto, numero 13.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
He's got plenty of space out wide here. De Bruyne. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Ball is over the line. And it's De Bruyne. Now, can they get him away? Rijkaard. Neymar. Played out towards the right wing. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup, and it's played in here.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Looks to the other side. Olise is always playing with one eye on the spectacular. Real chance here. Hangs one. Big header! Oh, he's hit the bar! And he's quick to get it clear again. Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. Irwin plays it short. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's McAllister, nicely spread.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Played out to the right. And that'll be the final action of the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
There's plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy, a little more composure up front perhaps, that's not too much to ask.
Leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Well, it's been tight, Peter, but I'm expecting things to open up now and we get some free-flowing football. Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
Chance! That's a half-decent try. Rashford is a player who's always giving defenders headaches. Linton. And it's Rijkaard for Olise. And the pass is intercepted. Driving forward. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Looking for options for movement. Lofted in. Decent chance! He's got a goal! They have come roaring back!
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable class. Could be danger here! They're trying everything to subdue him here.
Yeah, it very much looks like this defence has learned from its errors now.
Rijkaard. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now it's Neymar. That's a good ball out wide. Oh, that's fabulous. And that has been knocked clear.
We're in for an intriguing second half now. Contrasting moods that could reverse in a flash.
Neymar going face-to-face with his great rival. Well read. And the danger is averted. Beckenbauer, and he's gone long. Rijkaard, over to the left. Rashford looks to get on the end of this. That's been slipped through. Oh, nice touch. Rashford gets into some space. Olise finds himself offside. De Bruyne. Gnabry will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket.
Yeah, they look as if they're intent, Peter, on stopping him outside the laws of the game, so the referee is going to have to be very alert here.
And it's Alexander-Arnold. De Bruyne. He's gone for goal! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
McAllister is offering a wry smile there.
Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Oh, nicely intercepted. And that's put paid to a promising move. Serginho is one whose deliveries we all know about. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Elise. And here's the chance to counter. Now that looks a decent ball. He is through here. Look at the space here. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Elise. Driving on and making good progress. Oh, that's wonderful alertness.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
And it's Alexander-Arnold. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now it's Elise. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Can he finish? It's in! And they're back in front! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
Time for a change in personnel.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 9, numero 14, numero 20, numero 21, numero 13, Neymar. Lasciano il campo per il numero 6.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
What a great time to score, but it does give the manager a real headache. Does he sit on this lead now or try and finish it off?
He's found a way past. Baresi simply refused to be outdone there.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
I think we're just about done here. De Bruyne. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. McAllister. Played into space. Park Ji-sung in acres of space out wide.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Nicked it back promptly. Messi. And it's McAllister. Oh, such a clever touch. Messi touches it back.
That's good pressure. It gave him no other choice.
The whistle has gone and it is all over. What a game, what a show. Both sides robustly going about their business, and that has turned it into quite a spectacle. It's the sort of game after which you feel it's a shame anybody had to lose. Rummenigge voted man of the match, and deservedly so.